I grew up eating a steak every night with mashed potatoes. It was the routine. That's how my mom showed her love for me, was to make exactly that meal, and we did it every single evening. I went from my steak and evening with mashed potato diet to making the best decision of my life, which is marrying Lisa. And since she's a vegetarian, I did not get steak at night anymore. In fact, I learned that you can be a vegetarian and eat food that tastes just as good as if you're not. So the foods that we eat right now tend to be foods that come out of the ground looking just the way they look when I eat them. They're unadulterated, they're real foods. I try to eat them raw if I can. If you can learn to be assertive and do what's best for you, and to figure out what gives you energy and what saps your energy, you'll be able to be a better support to the people around you. In fact, remember, your kids will not treat themselves the way you treat them. They're going to treat themselves the way you treat yourself. So if you learn to take care of your time and prioritize your issues, not because you're selfish, but because you care about people, you'll be happier to be around. They'll make the commitments you do make that much more valuable to everybody. At the end of the day, you'll be living the life that you wanted to. You'll be able to show up in your own life.
Keep on doing what you're doing, because with every healthy choice you make in the grocery store or at a restaurant, you're making a statement about the food you want for your kids. And while your kids might grumble at first when you serve them this food, you know that if you stand firm, they'll adjust. That's our job as parents, to hold steady through the whining. We do it all the time. No child wants to brush their teeth or go to the doctor for shots, but we make them do these things anyway because these are the norms for keeping our kids healthy. And healthy eating and physical activity are really no different. These are becoming the new norms for raising healthy kids. So we need to keep it up. We need to keep on coming up with new ideas to get kids excited about healthy habits, particularly in our schools. So many of you are leading the way. For example, at Marshall High School in Virginia, kids actually wrote and performed a rap song, and that's rap with a W. And the goal was to get their classmates excited about healthy eating, and here's one of the lyrics that I love. If I'm gonna help my brain come to fruition, I'm gonna have to feed it quality nutrition. We love the cookies, but they're not sufficient. We need veggies to make our bodies efficient. Roll my chicken in a wrap, don't jam it in a nugget. Get hyped for healthy snacks, fresh food. We love it. Pretty good. Holla.
Most people don't realize the foods they're putting in their bodies, it's either giving life or it's giving death. There's no ands, if, or buts about it. Most cancers are caused by the foods that we're eating. Now, I'm not saying everybody that is sick is because they're thinking wrong or eating bad or not moving, but I am saying that we have enough evidence to know that the majority of diseases are caused by the things that we do. There's a saying that says that you should let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. That's brilliant. I wish I would have thought about that, but it doesn't matter who came up with it. The fact is that it's true. How do I know this? After practicing, I've been a practitioner for over 30 years. I've been a nurse for 7 years, and I've been a podiatrist for over 11 years. And what I have found is that across the board, it doesn't matter what race you are, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. If you put junk in, you see junk in your bodies.
Hello, my name is Mindy Hall Travis. I'm 16 years old, which means I'm a teenager, so naturally junk food is my thing. And having a mother who loves to cook, especially exotic cuisine, I'm not always apt to try whatever she's cooked up in the kitchen that day. But one day she came home and told me that there's this healthy cooking class that we just have to go to. And I was a little hesitant at first, but once we got here and I felt the warm atmosphere and then I tasted the delicious food, I was hooked. Now, Now, I'm one of those people, I already don't eat meat or drink soda, so I wasn't exactly healthy because I ate a lot of fast food, but I was open to try new things. So the things that I had to replace in my life were things such as meat, and they have this delicious meatless meatloaf that I was so just profoundly ecstatic about. And it's actually a tradition in our house that we have to have it at least 3 times a month. It is truly my favorite thing to eat in the whole world. They also have this cheeseless macaroni and cheese that is to die for. I found about nutritional yeast and I basically put it on everything now. There's also this drink called sorrel, which is hibiscus drink that I am in love with. So basically everything that I try at Wonderland Gardens is something I just become obsessed with. I'm definitely gonna come as long as I can.
Wonderland Gardens' mission statement is to change the eating habits that are killing us slowly but surely through educating as many people as possible about the basic relationship between us and our food, the way it is grown, and how it is prepared. Sheldon Fleming is the founder of Wonderland Gardens, and Deborah Summerville is the director of special projects. What they enjoy most is sharing the food they grow in their garden and showing healthy ways of preparing it.
We are about to pick some muscadines, and I'm so excited because I love muscadine season. It comes at the end of August. All of September is muscadine picking time, and that means it's time to make wine, to make juice, and to make jelly. So we're about to pick some muscadines. Now, if you're from the South, you probably know all about muscadines. But if you're not, you need to find out about muscadines because they are fantastic when it comes to nutrition. Now, the thing that is so good in muscadines is resveratrol. The same thing in the red grapes, but what it's so good for is it is said to be very effective on blood cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. Also, muscadines are very high in fiber, great antioxidants, so it's something great that you want to get into your diet. They're really, really ripe because it's toward the end of September, and toward the end of September they get really ripe, so they'll bust when they hit sometimes, and I hate that. It's only one thing to do when that happens. So of course we've got to clean out the leaves and get them all cleaned up. We'll soak them in some alkaline water and get them all clean. But once they're clean, I'm going to make some muscadine juice and some muscadine wine. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. And it's just as easy as getting out there, finding some muscadines, growing wild somewhere, gathering them up, smashing them, and making something wonderful. And we're going to have Caesar salad. Doesn't that sound great? And it's going to be good. The meatballs are going to be made from cornmeal, oatmeal, and breadcrumbs. We're going to use that Ezekiel bread that we had last week, and we're going to turn that into breadcrumbs, and then we're going to add the seasonings in there, and we're going to turn that into a meatball. It's going to blow your mind. And we're going to have some, our spaghetti is going to be made from zucchini. It's going to be raw zucchini, and Sheldon is about to turn those into noodles right here in front of you. Back to your pot. Okay, so right now we've got it going. So what we're going to add some oil now to the pan. And what kind of oil are we going to add? Grapeseed. That's right. Why? Because we're cooking. And when we're cooking, we do not use olive oil. Now, grapeseed oil isn't the only oil that you can use, but I like grapeseed oil because really and truly, it's so versatile. No, it's not the I got to take
So tell me about them. This is your first time ever having them?
It is. The waterless greens are very tasty. They are seasoned extremely well. I like the fact that they've been cooked with other vegetables, so you get more than just the nutrients from the collards. You can taste the garlic in them.
We are the product of what we do every day. Now think about it. Doesn't it make sense that now I know that if I can make a difference in my health, if I can walk away from type 2 diabetes, walk away from heart disease or strokes, 48% of African American women have some type of heart disease. You realize that? If there are two women in one room, one of them has heart disease that has not yet been diagnosed. But guess what? Majority of that is preventable and reversible. We are what I call a triune being. We're body, mind, and spirit. In order for health to be optimal, we have to have everything in balance, or better, synchronized. When you're synchronized, everything is working together. Imagine having a car and one of the tires are blown and you're driving on the highway and you're going 40, 50 miles an hour and you're wondering, why is the car not functioning good? Well, that one little tire that's out of balance is going to affect the whole body. And that's how it is when we're not eating properly. I don't mind treating symptoms. Somebody comes in with a gouty attack and a red hot swollen foot and they can't walk out of here. I'm not going to say, oh, just go change your diet. No, I'm going to give them the medication they need. I'm going to possibly give them an injection at the site. I'm going to put them on some medications temporarily. But then I'm going to begin with my gospel of health and teach them what are the lifestyle changes you need to be making so that that gout doesn't begin to affect your kidneys, that it doesn't shut your whole body down. So again, health is not a secret. It is truly a system of healthy habits.
I ran into a fitness instructor and he was ranting and raving about, Wonderland Gardens and how healthy it was, and I couldn't get this guy to shut up about it. So I actually forgot about it for a little bit, and then one Monday night I drove by. I was on my way to get some Thai food because I eat a lot of restaurant stuff. And I saw a lot of cars here. And I decided to stop in, talk to people, and they said, yeah, this is the class. So I stopped in, and man, I tell you, I was blown away by that very first meal I had. I think it was the eggplant lasagna, and I have not missed a day since. I am into fitness a bit, and there's really 3 pillars to it. I mean, you've got to get your sleep, you've got to get your nutrition, and of course, you've got to exercise. So, I've been good with the exercise. I've got my nutrition down pat now after coming here. So I'm getting my veggie fix, and I'm good to go.
I like the black rice. I've never had it before.
I like the veggie cakes. They're very tasty and flavorful. And the cabbage.
I like the veggie cake. It's like a meat.
My name is Jenna Miles Kendall, and I've been attending Wonderland cooking classes since February of 2012, February the 14th to be exact. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I knew that I had to change my lifestyle, and that included my eating pattern. And so I was blessed to get introduced to the classes, and I've been hooked ever since. And so what I've learned from this class is that you can become a healthy eater and impact your health by the food that we take in, because we really are what we eat. And if we learn how to replace those things that do not give us any value in our nutrition and replace them with nutritional value, you don't have to compromise flavor either.
My name is Sonia Travis, and my story is a little different than most everyone else's, because I feel like I was truly blessed while shopping in the DeKalb Farmers Market. I ran into Deborah and Sheldon while looking at some Brussels sprouts, believe it or not. And it was just the way that Sheldon was hand-picking these Brussels sprouts. My mother was with me, and I turned to her and I said, this man knows what he's doing. I need to find out what he's going to do with his Brussels sprouts, because it looks like it might be a little different than what I had intended. So I started talking to him, and he gave me such a great recipe. I said, I'm going home to try that. It was so delicious. Then Deborah came up at the same time, and then she was talking about this cooking class that they were starting up, because they hadn't started back yet. And I said, whatever it is, I want in on it. So we've been hook, line, sinker, sold on this, and I'm a big meat lover. Okay, but high cholesterol taught me that I needed to look at some new ways of eating. So this has definitely been a change for me, but I've learned that, nuts can really take the place of meat and taste so good. I don't even miss the meat anymore. So this has been awesome. My favorite dish is the raw collard green salad. You would have never been able to tell me that I would love eating raw collard greens, but I love that dish so much that I make it now at home and show it to my friends when I'm having lunch, and they're like, ooh, give it to me. What's the recipe? So we're really branching out. I'm inviting as many people as I can to come to this class because they're getting envious about my food pictures. I love the meatless meatloaf. My family demands me to even make that now, and it's a process. So I'm like, y'all gonna have to help. But it is so delicious. Love Deborah and Sheldon and hope that they keep on cooking, sharing the blessings with us so that we can keep on learning and eating. Amen.
Remember, Wonderland Gardens Health Initiative's focus is bettering the current and future health of our community.